In this video, we're going to talk about Washington University in St. Louis, the pros, the cons, and how to get in. Washington University in St. Louis, first and foremost, should not be confused with two other similarly sounding schools, either University of Washington, which is in Seattle, or George Washington University, which is in DC. Washington University in St. Louis is a private, mid-sized research university with about 8,000 undergraduates, and it's located in the Midwestern city of St. Louis, Missouri, about 5 miles from downtown. And when you apply to the university, you apply directly to one of 5 undergraduate colleges, either business, engineering, arts and sciences, visual arts, or architecture. If colleges were ice cream flavors, you might say that Washington University is premium vanilla. Because while the academic quality is undeniably there, some students say that it's missing a little pizzazz. I think you can argue that the academics are basically on par with the Ivy League. You have really strong departments in pre-med, business, psychology, engineering, and a number of other fields. You've got some really small class sizes, sometimes as few as 5 students. You've got excellent research opportunities, and you've got really smart, driven, ambitious undergraduates. But on the other hand, the school is missing a vibrant social scene. There's not a lot of school spirit. There's not a big sports culture. And St. Louis as a city is not really something that most students are excited about. So this is one of those schools where students work pretty much all the time. And I would say that if you're a student who's super serious about your studies and you want to go someplace to get a great education, really buckle down so that you can get a great job or get into a top graduate school, WashU is perfect. But if you're looking for that more traditional, complete college experience that balances rigorous academics with a lively social scene, it might not be for you. What are some of the pros of WashU? Well, the first is high ranks across a number of different categories. When you look at the academics, it's ranked as a top 20 school. It has a top 20 undergraduate business program. It's really well known for the strength of its pre-med program, as well as other fields. In addition, 2 separate organizations, the Princeton Review and Niche.com, both consistently rank the school as being very right at the top for both best campus, best dorms, and best food. So obviously the school is doing something right. A second pro is the campus. While the city of St. Louis is known for having some safety issues, the campus itself at WashU is beautiful. It's small, it's easily walkable, and most students say that the campus and the upscale surrounding neighborhood all feel very safe. In addition, the campus is located right next to a giant park. I believe it's the largest urban park in the nation, and it has everything from hiking trails to an ice skating rink to a large musical outdoor theater. A third pro is South 40. South 40 is a small, self-contained residential community that houses all the freshman students, and it's located right on the southern end of campus. And what's great about South 40 is that it has the look and feel of a small European ski village. So it has its own dining facility, its own study rooms, cafes, shops, and a lot of meeting places. A fourth pro is the friendly and collaborative vibe. WashU is known for having some of the friendliest students and faculty, and just everyone on campus is really nice to each other. And also, even though the coursework is really rigorous, and in some majors, classes are graded on a steep curve, the campus is known for having a strong collaborative culture, so students help each other out. A fifth pro is the strong pre-med program. WashU has a really popular and really highly regarded pre-medical program. It's affiliated with the medical school at WashU, which is ranked top 10 in the nation, and is actually the number 2 ranked school for NIH research funding, which is National Institutes of Health. That means that undergraduates at WashU can take advantage of everything at the medical school, plus have access to paid research opportunities on everything from cancer research to gene therapy to Alzheimer's. And also graduates of WashU, the undergraduate program, have about an 80% acceptance rate into medical school, which is twice the national average. And a sixth pro is the Olin undergraduate business program. This is one of the top 20 ranked business programs in the country. It's particularly strong in business analytics and entrepreneurship. And what's great is that even if you're majoring in one of the other colleges at the university, you can still get a minor in entrepreneurship or financial economics or business. What are some of the cons of WashU? Well, the first is a lack of social scene. While students love their academics, they frequently complain that there's just not that much to do on campus. There's not a lively social scene. There's not a big party scene. There is a Greek system there, but it's not very prominent. And students aren't all that thrilled about the city of St. Louis. So while they love their classes and the educational opportunities, they frequently find that most students just work all the time. A second con is lack of name recognition. While many employers are very aware of WashU, and certainly most graduate schools know about the school and its caliber, outside of that, you'll find a lot of people who've never heard of the school at all or who confuse it with other universities. So it's just something that bothers students who know how hard they work for their education. A third con is the rough weather. In the city of St. Louis, you get to experience all 4 seasons, but it gets really hot and muggy in the summer and then really freezing cold in the winter. And more than that, students say that the weather is highly unpredictable, so you just never know what you're going to get. A fourth con is St. Louis crime. The city of St. Louis is frequently ranked as one of the most, or even the most dangerous city in America, right up there with cities like Memphis, Baltimore, Detroit, and Oakland. And when you're traveling at night or taking public transportation, you just need to be extra careful. And a fifth con is student burnout. As a notorious grind school without a lot of fun social outlets, students often report feeling anxious, depressed, and just burnt out. This is one of those places where many students say they're really happy after they've graduated and they get to reap the rewards of a great job or getting into a top graduate school. But while they're there, it's kind of all work and no play, and so it might not be that much fun. How to get into WashU? Well, the first tip is to apply early decision. This is one of those schools that gives you a really large admissions advantage when you apply early. The ED rate is about 26% versus the regular decision rate, which is closer to 10%. So if you can apply early in November and you're willing to make a binding commitment if you get in, you should definitely consider that. It's also worth noting that about 60% of the freshman class comes from the ED round. So you can see that they highly favor those students. And the second tip is that you can apply ED2. WashU is one of those schools that has an early decision 2 option, which is when you apply in January. It's not quite known exactly what the admissions advantage is. It's estimated that ED2 has about an 18% acceptance rate, which is midway between ED and regular decision. But this could be really useful to you, either because you didn't get into your first choice somewhere else, or because you didn't have time to apply in November. So you want to apply in January and take advantage of that admissions boost. I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions for me or want to know about how to become a client, you could visit my website or check out the video description.